Howdy. Welcome to day 17, I think, of road tripping to every single national park possible in the United States within 100 days. Today we are in North Cascades National Park in Washington. Yesterday I spent about 9 hours driving the rest of the way through Montana, through Idaho. Funny enough, I ended up finding a place to sleep in my car that was like 8 minutes away from the park itself, so we are pretty much here this morning. If you're just tuning in for the first time, every episode this series we are trying to complete 3 objectives. Number 1, going for a hike. Number 2, finding some wildlife. And number 3, the mystery objective. I definitely want to start off day 1 in North Cascades with a good hike. I had never really heard of this park before I literally started driving here yesterday, so I did find a few ideas online for hikes that we could try. Alright, just got to the end of the trail. It was about a 4-mile hike, but interestingly, there is actually a ferry that's able to take me back. And under normal circumstances, I'd just get the extra exercise and hike all the way back, but I kind of want to try the ferry, get on the water a little bit, so we're going to give that a go. I was shocked from this hike, though, with the terrible air quality that there is out here. Like, we're in the middle of a national park, one of the most protected places in the United States. And obviously, you can't really build a barrier that keeps out the poor air quality, but it's really sad. Last episode, when I had some of my best friends in the world fly in and visit me for Glacier, it really got me thinking, can I do like more than 80 more days of this? It kind of made it feel like I was wasting precious time that I could be spending with them. And yes, I am like investing it in myself and my own growth as a person, but I really don't know how long I'll have that community in my life. It's uncertain. And yeah, it really just got me thinking. I know this trip is my dream, but is it really worth going and living your dream if the people you care about most are outside of it? But then sites like these, like this hike, seeing this air just being terrible and having it hurt to breathe a little bit, it really reminded me that I have no idea how much longer these places are going to be standing. They're the most sacred land in the United States. They're treasured by everybody. They're treasured by Americans, by natives, by tourists, by the wildlife, and this is the most protection we can provide. Doesn't seem like the cleanest air or the cleanest water. I do really hope that one day I'm able to bring my kids or my family or whoever's in my life to places like these and relive some of the memories with them, but yeah, sometimes with sites like these, it's just hard to believe that'll happen. But checking in on our objectives. So we've definitely gone for a hike. Mystery objective we will be completing tonight. We'll still keep that one a secret for a little bit longer, but we got about an hour of time to kill before we catch that ferry, so let's just hang out for a bit. Well, our hike is out of the way. I am getting to a point where I really want to be able to understand the plant life I'm seeing around me. Like, on my hike today, I'm looking at all these trees, and I just have more questions than answers at this point. Like, there's no one around me that I can ask, of course, and I usually don't have service, so I can't look it up, but I might have to find a little book or something to help me identify these plants, so we'll see if that happens. But we have one more objective to complete today, and that is the mystery objective. One very cool thing about this park is, given it's so focused on like hydroelectricity and stuff like that, there's a lot of dams around here that are just constantly producing power and whatnot. To celebrate that, they do have a lit up waterfall that every single night you can go hike to it. It's just like a half-mile hike, but they got some like Roy G. Biv lighting around it, so I'm pretty excited to see what it looks like. This will really put my night videography skills to the test. I haven't really mentioned this before, but I'm shooting most of this on my phone. I do have a big boy camera as well for some of the more cinematic shots and everything, but I haven't tested it much at night, so we'll have to see how this goes. Good morning, sleepyheads. Last night proved to be a lot cooler than I actually thought it was going to be. Yeah, just that short hike to some of those lit up waterfalls and everything was absolutely stunning. I thought we weren't really going to get to see much wildlife at this park too, but then on the walk back from the waterfalls, I saw this massive toad that I was about to step on. It tensed up and looked straight at me when I was taking a picture of it, and I thought it was going to jump in my face, but it didn't. I survived. But yeah, I found this beautiful spot to sleep last night. Just a little spot to sleep in my car on the side of a country road, but it's right next to the stream, and honestly, one of the most beautiful places I've ever found myself in. This park has been a really difficult one for me emotionally. My friends just left me a couple days ago, and given it's day 18 today, we're really getting to a point where I've just never been away from home for this long. I've never been away from my community, my friends, my family, and the growing pains are real. I cannot lie. I heard a quote from a YouTube video as I was driving in that said, "Expression is the opposite of depression." And that really stuck with me. I think that has two meanings. One being expression in the form of artwork and creation and stuff like I'm doing right now can really help heal your soul. But I also think it just means like talking about what you're feeling and talking about what you're going through. Especially given my best friends in the world just left, it feels like that's not possible. But I'm learning to deal with it, you know? I'm writing as much as I can, trying to be more honest with the camera, and in the rare opportunities where I do have service, I'm able to just call my people. Now, we were able to complete all 3 objectives just yesterday. We did go for a hike, we did see some wildlife, and we did complete the mystery objective, which puts us a little bit ahead of schedule. I did have 2 days scheduled at this park, but I'm gonna hit the road a little bit early, so it's time we get going to Olympic. I do also want to check in quick about our budget before we end out this video. If this is the first episode you've watched, we are trying to do this entire journey with under $8,000. That gives us a budget of $80 a day. And given it's day 18, that means at the end of the day today, we should be at $1,440 spent. We've only spent about $1,250, which is really good because I can already tell that gas is getting more expensive on the West Coast. And we're about to hit a pretty expensive state in just a few videos. So I'm really trying to cool down Taco Bell a little bit so that we're prepared for the big one. But it is just about time we get going to our next park, so it's time to rank this one. North Cascades or the American Alps are easily going in A tier, surprisingly. As one of the most underrated parks on the Pacific Northwest, this may come as a shock to you, but it's a really good spot to go. It's really tricky to capture without being allowed to fly a drone inside the park, but the rolling hills and the valleys and the rivers, it's some of the bluest water you'll ever see. The focus they place on hydroelectric power and stuff like that is really fascinating. The light show as well, lighting up that waterfall, I thought was going to be kind of lame, but it actually proved to be pretty cool. But it is time we get heading to the next park, so I will see you at Olympic.